Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Hello, everyone. Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for that. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another session on this beautiful Sunday morning. I welcome you all to Swayam. It's a My Time Season 3. It's a 33-day meditation program from 21st of May to 21st of June. That is from meditation day to the yoga day. That's how it's been conducted as. It's a 33-day program. It brings us all together to meditate and share our experiences. It's like homecoming for all of us, where we start sharing our own experiences. I represent Breath Universe from Australia under the guidance of Hari Chris and Suresh Nanduri garu. We do a regular meditation programs on Saturday and Sunday. And as a part, we partner with IFSS, Omega, Joy, PSSM Ignite, Breath Universe, Beat, BYMA, and BMMA. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce Suresh
Madhu,
Nandugaru.
ma'am.
Yeah,
Madhu,
yeah.
sorry. We can't see you, ma'am.
You can't see me. I think I'm open on the video though. Can't you see me?
No.
Hang on, let me just have a. I thought I clicked on my video though. Give me one moment.
The video is on, but still we can't see you.
Let me change my background and see if that's going to help you.
Yeah.
Give me one moment. Sorry, guys, 1 second.
No problem.
let me try. What I'll do, I will try to get out and get back in and see if that's going to help me share my video. Somehow I'm having issues showing. Give me one moment.
Yeah,
Let me just go out and come back in again.
sure.
Give me 2 minutes.
Yeah. Sorry for the inconvenience. I think Madhvi ma'am has some problem. So,
Maybe, ma'am, can we continue with the time for the meditation? Or
um,
we'll see. We'll give one more 1-2 minutes, and if not, we can.
yes, yes.
Sure. I think let's continue the session, ma'am. So good morning, everyone. For some of you, it might be good afternoon. Um, let's Madhvi ma'am is there. We'll see.
Thank you. Is it can you see me? Oh God, sorry about it. I'm having some issues. My sincere apologies, team. Sorry about that. I won't keep it long now. What I'll do is I'll introduce Suresh Garu to take over. I'll just do a brief introduction on Suresh Nanduri Garu. Then he'll help us conduct the meditation and share his experiences. Suresh Garu migrated to Australia nearly 15 years ago. And he's been working as an IT professional and a co-founder of his own startups. He has a beautiful family with 2 kids. He's been part of this meditation and teaching from past 7 to 8 years. He's associated with Breath Universe organization as a meditator and conducts various programs online and in-person events. He's passionate about learning new things in meditation by combining the science and Vedic knowledge. And also, I can proudly say that he also helps us a lot in doing our Saturdays and Sunday meditation sessions and guides us a lot. Thank you, Suresh Kera, and over to you now.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for IFSS and all the partners for giving the opportunity for sharing it. Let's start with today's meditation session. Sit yourself in a comfortable position. Wherever you are, make sure you're sitting in with the legs. If you're sitting in a chair, make sure your legs are crossed, forming like a closed circuit. Palms together. And relax your whole body. Gently close your eyes. Relax the muscles around your neck, shoulders. Loosen up those muscles. Let's take from 2 to 3 deep breaths. As we inhale completely in until the belly button, and exhale completely out. On the count of 1, inhale, exhale, out. When inhale out, it's completely inside. Now we'll do a count with inhale and pause and exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax your whole body. Focus on the breath. Focus on the breath, the way it goes in and comes out. Observe the nostrils. If you trouble any concentration, any thoughts in between, observe the thought and get back to the breath again. Observe the focus on the breath. Inhale and exhale. Be with your natural, normal breath. Ma'am, can you please play the music, ma'am? Jenny, ma'am.
Sure.
As the music coming in, just focus on your natural, normal breath. Instruct our brain. Next 45 minutes or so, everything can wait. Slowly come back whenever, slowly. Choose. Rub your palms together. Keep on your eyes and gently open your eyes whenever you're ready. There is no rush. Take your own time. Please come back.
That was beautiful, Suresh Garu. That's beautiful meditation we had. I thought to log out and restart again, but it's so peaceful. I could sit in the meditation for such time. Thank you so much. Hope everyone had a lovely meditation with a peaceful music. And I would request Suresh Garu to share his experiences now.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you. Hope you all done from the meditation session. Thank you. It's been privileged to share the experience and journey of my meditation session, my meditation journey to this group. Thank you, IFSS. Thank you all the partners, as well as special thanks to Balaji and Hari to give the opportunity to share this. Um, I, as ma'am mentioned, my background is in IT. I grew up in south part of India. So the meditation come to me as part of searching for something. I would like to take one step and explain why. So I was finished my engineering in back home and then started my IT career. So in India initially, and then always I had this internal, even when I was studying engineering, always I had this internal desire or always something for, doing more, achieving more, or what else. I don't settle even, for example, always I used to, okay, if I reach my goal, the moment I know that I'm reaching whatever the goal it is in study or anything, I always think about what's next, what else we can move on to the ladder or achieve more. So always having that more desire, more that kind of passion, I studied and I started my career. And one thing I learned early on is like always, when I look back, always we can connect the dots only by looking back. So I studied engineering, and those of you know who there is an exam which is like a gate or for masters there. So I did very hard study, and even in engineering as well. And till my last year of engineering, I never had any failures in my studies. So I was always in that top five or top three in my class or a uni or college. So I always aiming to do my master's entrance, not to do master's, because through that entrance I want to be in the part of scientists in DRDO, those kind of areas. I want to do something different, something innovative. So, but I always having that confidence, or I always having that little bit of ego, you can say that, or pride, that I will make it my studies. But universe will always, I believe, lately when I connect back, universe always will teaches you at right time. The moment we bring I, especially in our spirituation journey, if I connect back, it will teach, it will create a situation where we learn that is it really I. Okay, so there will be in situations in life like that. So that is one of my early on. At that time I was not into spiritual path. However, I've been introduced when I was studying my engineering in second year or so, where one of my close friend introduced me to this book called Yogi Atmakada. I read some, and I got to know the names of Yogananda, Babaji. It was there in the back of the mind, but I never completed that book at that time. And then I actually started my journey of studying engineering and entrance, but I failed miserably in that final entrance. Miserably in the sense I didn't even qualify. So that was like a crush of my all my pride or ego or whatever the stuff I built up, that hey, I'm good in this, I will crack it. So it was like crushed to the core, crushed to the core. So the one after I finished my engineering, there was a 1.5 year of gap which I was not able to get through any entrance or not able to crack any kind of job interview, though I have a good academics. Nothing. Everything was back. Everything was one step forward and one step back, two steps back, like that. So what, but that has deepened my desire that I want to do more, I want to achieve more. So always it crushed me, crushed my whatever the ego we built up. The reason why we are saying this point is always in our life we do something, but always we kind of plan something. We kind of okay, we want to do this, do that, even in spiritual path, because when we start our journey we think that, oh, this experience, that, but sometimes you face a situation that you'll all feel like why everything is setback in life, where everything is falling apart. But what a little I know at the time was, universe or a god is trying to prepare me for better purpose. So always any setback in life is never a setback. Universe always creates it's kind of a setup for the future. Always remember that no setbacks. It's always a setup for a great future, great purpose, something we have to learn. And the more we have a bigger cause, the more the setups and setbacks will be there. Because why we can't hold a big tree with a weak roots. Our roots has to be strong to hold a big tree. and bigger the tree, bigger the shadow for a lot of people. So the moment we kind of throwing light through this divine tool, what we have from all the masters, Patriji, Garu, and all divine masters, right? We have different teachings. So all this bigger the tree, the bigger the shadow for others. So always our roots has to be strong, and then our struggle has to be strong as well. So then I started my journey of a corporate career after struggle. The only intention I was there after all these setbacks, I was thinking I have to move abroad. I don't want to be here. So in India especially. So I worked hard again. I worked hard and I started putting together of application to move to US. So again, when you have a purpose at some place, doesn't matter what you plan, it won't work. I two times I forced my friends to apply. At that time there was a H1 or whatever the lottery system, still it might be there. But I failed even at that time. I gained experience. I thought I will get it. The moment I bring I into picture in my, if I look back in my life, I didn't even qualify for two times in a row to move to US. Then I came to a point that nah, it doesn't matter. I want to move abroad, and finally I ended up in Australia. Long story short, well, I was even I came to Australia. I was now not happy because I want to move to US. That was my plan. But the more I settled in, understanding here and all, if I look back, this was the place why I need to be there, because there was a bigger purpose. Now I can see, I can't see everything, but I can feel and connect that why I am here, right? So the message here is sometimes plan may not go accordingly, but it's not, it's divine. It's not divine's, what do you call that, whoever god or divine, whatever we pray, I believe that it's an energy, divine energy. It's not denial. It's actually he's creating god is like whatever the energy we pray, there is no denial. It's always a divine intervention where it want to steer in the path where we supposed to be. So when we steer in the path, the tool in the meditation, what it helps us to identify that path. Most of the people, they either two things what happens in the world, they go with the flow without having any direction, influenced by all the peers, networks. Okay, this area is good, we will go into this, or whatever, this industry is good, or this is the where you need to grow, or this is where we indulge our things, like oh that. So most of the crowd, what they go with the outward influences. Their direction is based on outward influences or outward senses, outward media. But the tool what we have, meditation, or this profound divine tool, we actually go in the direction from inward, not in outward influence. The journey from outward to inward is what we need to go through. It's not easy. As we say, some of you are new, that's okay. But the journey, it's doing the activity of meditation is easy, but the journey is always, everyone will have their own set of challenges because we carry different baggages. We carry different belief systems, right? That is one more thing which I had to overcome. I had a certain belief system about religious scripture. Still, I do, but at the same time, what I see is I kind of combine that. What earlier, if we have some kind of belief system, or this is the way we need to do it. But the moment we come into spirituality, the moment I came into spirituality, I used to question why is that? What was the reason behind it? Energetically, what is the reason? Scientifically, what is the reason? Kind of you become a spiritual scientist. That's what we are here, right? We become a spiritual scientist to dissect that and understand, oh, this is why it is. So that is where we kind of remove the blocks, clear our belief systems, and move forward. So that's why everyone's journey is different in this. So once I came here, just working hard and moving on to the corporate thing, the only desire I had because of the setbacks in my after my engineering was to grow big, to grow in the ladder, to make it more in the industry, out of the IT industry, do something profound. So I came to a point around 2015, my son born, but after around that time, 2017, 18, I was growing well. I was just in the corporate ladder and everything. But I'd come to a point that 2018 or something, there was 2017, 18 time, I completely was felt lonely inside. Even in the night time, okay, my son is sleeping, okay, family is sleeping. I used to, I was not happy. I was feeling lonely inside. Why? Because even though you reach something like at work, you have good recognition, you have a money, you're making money, a house, but still there was a lonely. It's something I was not connecting. At that time, that book the something flashed in my mind that about the book of Yogi Atmakada and Babaji. In the night, everyone sleeping, I used to search in the YouTube and all. Okay, how can I find him? What is this? I want to go to 2018. I had a thought of visiting Babaji's cave. Okay, I'll connect back to this. So I was searching for everything. How I can get this Kriya Yoga? Who is the people here? I don't know anyone in Australia at that time about this meditation or about thinking. But I kind of understood. I already read about um, Puranas like Garuda Purana, a lot of other things, Gita. I used to read all, and I was searching for some help. So when we are ready, right? What I believe in is when teacher is ready, when the student ready, teacher appears. Same thing here. When we are ready, not ready as an outward, when we are ready inward, when we are having that hungry for something, one thing always you will get help. We will get help in some form of the other, right? I was so in the night, I can't sleep. I was like searching all this and doing. I was so deep into this kind of a thirsty or a lonely feeling. Then through my wife's workplace, one person came from India who is a PA system member as well in India, and then he came here for a short trip, 2 years. He was not there for long. He's not here now, but he connected me to the local in group, which is Breath Universe and Hari, right? So that I had initially went there. Even though when I went there, I used to have this kind of a little um, uh, because you achieved something in the corporate. I feel like, oh, okay, and I used to ask few things, and I want to learn meditation, but at the same time, I have some preconceived pre belief, or you can say some belief system, right? So I went there. I can definitely, say that I know Hari. When there, I met Hari. The team there did meditated. Everyone was sharing some experience. I said, why I'm not seeing anything? I was not seeing anything. I was just seeing colors or something. I was forcing myself. As I said, breath, closing your eyes, doing the things. What is this? So Hari had a good talk on that day, and then we came back home. But when I came back home, I was not the same person inside, because sometimes you don't know outside, but it's some inside work is happening. There will be always, when you start your journey, what happens, I always believe in this, I heard somewhere, is it's kind of your remote control. So you can control your TV with your remote, but when you are in the spiritual path, your control and direction, when you had that inner urge, it will be given to your higher self or masters or your divine master, whatever you name it. You give control, your control give to the universe now. Because why? Because you know how it will place it. So I came back after we had, after a few weeks, or like, had a couple of um, the gaps in between, and started the journey. I initially started a lot of questions. People were, how much time you meditate? I started with 2 minutes, not even 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I started with every day 2 minutes. I used to work hard in work, challenging work. I used to enjoy the work, but I came home tired after dinner. 2, 3 minutes, that's it. But the profound thing happened was I started with only 3 minutes. One day I slept, and I felt a giant snake, like a giant snake standing just coming back, like, and just covering my head and just touching one of my shoulders. And nobody can believe it. I only have like a one birthmark on my shoulder, but after that experience, I had a second one. I don't know why, but it's after that, it's like I saw Kundalini symbols strangely. I didn't understand what that symbol is, because it was a strange, like a old picture, like a black and white scriptures picture with two snakes and a spiral. I saw that, but I don't understand what it is. I was searching for something, and later on, after a couple of weeks, that picture came into inform some form of media or some book. Then I realized what it is. So always I had this. I get messages That is one more thing. When I get messages about a book or something about a scripture in some form, some media, someone shares it, something. So when we are ready, why need to be aware is we need to be aware not just about your thoughts. You need to be aware about who is speaking what, especially when you are with kids, my kids. My son says sometimes strangely something, which he doesn't say out of the things, but he says with some context. But that strikes me from inside. Why did he say that? This is something I need to listen at this moment. So never ignore. Coming back from background of India where some kids speak, we kind of ignore them something. That was I grew up like, hey, you don't know anything, you quiet. But but I cautiously decide to observe and um, listen to their questions, because sometimes these questions comes from nowhere, but these questions are the one we need to listen. These are the messages you need to listen. It will come from some form of your network, right? There are a lot of times happened when I was in a crossroads of certain decisions. Some friend comes or some conversation comes and it will steer your answer. So what meditation teaches us to that awareness. So the awareness is very important. When you are aware, what happens is you kind of open to release your blocks. Your blocks are released to some form of the other, some your thoughts, some beliefs, something will break, right? And one of the key things which helped me in this journey is initially I was not that a good reading person, but the more I started reading, initially I was reading more about business books and self-help development. I read a lot, but now I kind of got fascinated about the books. Harish keeps sharing a couple of books like about you forever, and there is a power of subconscious mind, the power of now. And recently I started reading a book called Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza, right? And there's a phenomenal book about if you're having some kind of traumas or some health, so what you eat. I drastically changed my eating habits after starting my journey 2018, 2020. I'm completely a different person. I quit my any dairy product, right? Mainly milk. So I start giving you becoming more aware, because why? It's not just meditation. Meditation is a not an activity. I always believe meditation is the state of you being in that say meditative state. What is meditative state? Being aware, being cautious about what? Everything, because what you eat is what you become, what we become. So when we eat right, when you eat the right pranic food. Why pranic? There are three categories as our sages told. So it's talk about sattvic food, tamasic food, rajasic food. Your body is our body is a lot of people, you heard this saying, your health is wealth, your body is a temple. Yes, body is a temple, because when you eat right, the cells every 21 days. Why we call it, one more thing is why we our body is also, it's like a soap. It repairs itself. It gives us a lot of chances throughout its life to give a chance for us to change. But we kind of constantly bombard with a lot of other things to it, right? So every 21 days, cells get repaired, new cells generating, right? That's why we call any sadhana or any practice for 21 days. Why? The 21 days, what happens is it reprograms the cells in our body. When we do 21 days of anything, it reprograms your cells, then becomes a habit, right? So I always believe in eating right and thinking, being conscious about whom you interact, whom you talk, what you see, your five senses, pretty much. These are all these things I learned through my practice in meditation. Some of the things I was really not sure. One of the thing I early on had this, I hear the talk about, you need to listen to your soul, you need to listen to your brain. So how you differentiate a thought? I remember asking her, saying, how you differentiate your intuition between how you need to listen your intuition. So what is intuition? I was having constant struggle asking her, hey, how you differentiate between an intuition and your actually brain telling you? Said, I always, the way he explains it, like he said, I can't tell you the answer, but you can experiment on yourself. I said, how? said, okay, experiment. Sometimes you listen to intuition, brain, and think that it's intuition and try, you'll fail. Then you know the difference between intuition and with your difference with your brain. So I tried, experimented. Then again, being a logical person, I want to apply science. So then I learned intuition is something comes with a feel. If anything, you're acting based on some old memory, some old judgment, then it's not intuition. It is your brain processing based on your data, what you have, right? So intuition is, the more you meditate, what happens, your intuition develops. Means what? You kind of have that quick moments. Okay, and intuition is very quick. When you apply brain becomes this. So intuition is always quick, and it comes to like a why this thought, like that kind of stuff. So our intuition increases, our awareness increases. You kind of sense, your sixth sense increases. All this comes not just meditation, it's a ecosystem, what I say. It's like what type of food we eat, what you associate, whom you hang around, how you keep your body, means exercise or yoga, whatever you do, how you keep your body fit, because your body, mind is, your soul is, everything is connected, right? So through this journey, what I learned is this one. So, and then comes at a point that I was learning, I was getting a lot of experiences. The best blessing, I would say, or am I taking time or just 5 more minutes, I think. So the best blessing I got is when I'm doing this journey. My sister is in this meditation. My son, even he started meditation from 5, 6 years old. He does meditate. He explains his visions to me. Okay, so he's now 11-year-old. So never ever take this tool comes to you for a reason. One of the good, or say, let's say, sad reason is when my mom passed away in 2020. However, the less I know that she's already an enlightened or a high soul. Before she passed away, just around 1 month, no one believes this, just around 1 month, she came into my dream and said, "Hey, I'm leaving. My time is up. I have some work in the spiritual world." He told me in Telugu, but he said, "I have some work in the higher world. I'm leaving in 1 month and I will come back to you." I was literally seeing her on like a deathbed, everyone crying, and she's talking. So shocked, because your logical mind kicks in, because you're not thinking from a soul level or a divine. You think like, oh, it's my mother. Your attachment kicks in. I was not believing it. But then exactly 1 month she passed away. And my sister is also in meditation. She got the same day, same vision. So it's not, I'm not telling, it's a sad thing, but actually what it tells me is your connection and your intuition increased a lot. You're able to sense few things, right? And you're able to get those messages. It's like a frequency. Your frequency or a band, the way you receive signals will change. Our body is, again, when I come back, my science person inside me, your body is like an electrical energy system, right? The more you tune your energy inside, the more higher vibrations you receive. So the more you tune, it's not just for meditation or something. It's about for goodness for this world. Like you kind of sense a lot, right? And at the same time, learn to dissociate is very important. Then learn to associate from my experience. You need to dissociate. When I say dissociate, you should don't have to be. You need to treat everyone the same. But again, you can't deplete your energy around the wrong circle. So that's where Patriji talks about satsang. So your circle is very important, right? Your inner circle is also very important. So, so that's the profound experience I got. And whatever she said, my son was already at 6 years or 7 years at that time. And my mom passed on. We were not really inclined for the second one, but my mom was like clearly said, "I'm coming to you back." And so she insisted again in my dream after she left as well, like, "I'm coming to you soon." So exactly she came after one and a half year. 1 year, 1.5 years she came. Now a 3-year-old daughter. She exactly looks my mom. So what I see is like a kind of a blessing, because without meditation, I wouldn't know her intention. I wouldn't know that she'll pass away or she wants to come back. There might be karmic. There is, I think that's a deeper topic about karmic thing. But What I'm telling is it opens up a lot of information which you should receive. You see world in a different way. That's what happening to me. Sometimes I feel completely I don't belong here, right? But again, you need to be grounded. You need to do your worldly things. You need to be clear your responsibilities. You have whatever the things you need to do. But as Krishna teaches, do your work, but don't attach to the result or don't attach to any kind of outcomes. So you do your work, but end of the day, I always anchor myself that I always have a bigger purpose to do. That's where the teaching came. At that point in my spiritual journey as well, I felt like I want to do something. I want to do. Then Hari told me, "Hey, I think it's a good time. You need to start doing sharing. You need to teach meditation." Then I started doing that sessions. I started taking some sessions. I started doing some topics. Earlier, maybe I used to initially when I used to prepare some topics, but now I feel like I will get the topic at whatever I have to share at the right time through the divine. So I share with the flow. I don't prepare anymore. In the sense, prepare is like you prepare your soul by meditating. You ask the right messages, but you know that you will get message what you need to share to the audience at that time. So the teaching helps me a lot. My vision, our vision as a breath universe is to spread this tool in a simple and a easy, doable way where everyone can realize themselves. So I always feel I learn from all the masters, Osho, Rampa, like Patriji sir, like Joe Dispenza, or even any gods. You teach and pray. The moment initially when I joined, my belief system was so. My mom taught me about all these pujas and all the stuff, but I still do. But the thinking of way you it changes. Initially, you may think that oh God is there, and you are so you differentiate that you are lower. You put yourself down most of the times when you pray, but you don't have to. I always believe in a statement where Vivekananda says everyone is potentially divine inside, right? So we need to get that inside divineness outside, right? And everyone has a journey, and um, no one is perfect. Everyone has their rough edges, but only thing is, are we progressing? That is the only thing we need to see. Are we progressing? Are we observing some patterns which are repeating in life and changing that pattern? When I say changing, not that pattern, changing our view of that pattern. Because I can't even change my 3-year-old, right? If she want to do, she will do. That's it. So it's all about the teaching, especially the teaching and sharing sessions. When you start teaching meditation, there is a profound energy flows to you. Because when your goal is to teach and empower others, divine universe thinks that you are not only doing for yourself, you want to do for others. Then your energy increases. Then the way you tap the universe increase. It's a different shift. And at the same time, that is the right time where we can't pour water without having water in our own jug. So we need to fill more water, to meditate, read more books, and I listen to a lot of podcasts. So now the tools are unlimited to listen. So when we equip a lot of information, we get a lot of things. So I think I'm keeping time in mind. So yeah, it's been a beautiful journey, and the one currently I'm exploring in the Breath Universe is to blend science and spirituality, and how I can make it in a different way. How I can make a program where everyone can touch their supernatural. In the sense, not powers. I'm talking about the inner energy, right? Yeah, so thankful for all the group who gave me this opportunity, all the partners and IFSS, and especially Hari and Balaji sir and all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Suresh. It's very profound and very inspiring journey you shared with us today. Thank you so much. And I did listen to you a couple of times earlier and always think it's really how you grew over the last few years. And since I've known you as well, since we started all together doing the Breath Universe meditations every Saturday,
Yeah.
and now you are in a state where you're all happy to guide us and lead us to. Thank you so much. And I would request anybody have any questions or anything, you can always ask or post in the chat. If be free to ask, and Suresh Garu will be happy to explain. Just one question, Suresh Garu. I do know that I want to ask is that
Yeah.
I know that people in meditation, it's a journey. It's a journey. It's a profound. It's a continuous journey of self-discovery and exploration. But there are some people who feel and who get experiences as a part of meditation, and some people just go through the journey. They don't feel any experiences. Would they have? What is it? Some people think that because they don't get experiences, they're not in that journey. They're not feeling the full impact of getting into meditation. How do you explain to them that if they're not getting any experiences, doesn't mean the meditation is not working for them?
Yeah, very good question. Very good question. I can relate to myself for the initial 1, 2 years when I was starting. 1, 2 years, I had a little bit of experience, but it's not clear. So one thing is meditation, experiences and meditation, it's not an input and output, right? Experiences comes when the right time comes. When the right time comes and when there is something we need to listen, it will come. And again, I don't get much of, a lot of people have this visual experience. Even for example, my son, he meditate and he kind of vision straight away. I don't get vision straight away, very rare. I get a lot of experiences in my dream and I remember everything in my astral travel in the dream. I get all clear messages early mornings. I remember everything, whatever happened in the dream, or I won't say dream, it's an astral travel, what you call. So I remember everything. So most of my exact profound messages or what other things happens in my dream. So every one person is different. When you meditate, you might get something, but sometimes you may not get anything. But that is not an input output thing. So because we live in a world of you do something, you get something. This is not get input and output. This is a process where we evolve and you shift. So again, some people, if you're starting, you're not getting an experience, that's okay, completely fine. There are moments in the journey where you won't get an experience. That's fine. Means you're shifting. We are shifting our levels because when you shift, it's like a journey. Sometimes, okay, let's say when you're traveling in a train from A location to B location, not every time you see greenery. Sometimes you may see deserted area, sometimes you may see a river, sometimes you may see a town. You won't get the same experiences all the time. Sometimes you may see nothing. So it's not about you're not traveling or not. You are traveling, but the context will change based on your journey. And the context will come based on where you are and how you are and what your purpose you need to be at that time. So always trust the universe. When you trust the universe, you're keeping all the things on the universe. Hey, you do what you need to do. I am there to flow. You tell me what is the right time and what to do. I am just doing my activity. When we take that off from ourselves and put that in the nature and the divine, it works so beautifully. That is what I'm learning now. Where recently I used to think that you plan everything in life, everything. No, but few things last few years, the lesson which I'm learning is it's not you planning, it's not me planning. It's I am the actor in the plan that I'm getting in now. That's a lot of the few areas I got nothing happened what I planned because as I said, because there is a thing of I am thinking. So what I'm saying in this experience is don't do dissection on the experiences. Just go with the flow. One thing helped me is keep a journal if you get an experience. If you don't keep a journal, if you don't have an experience, that's fine. Just meditate.
Thank you, Suresh. Thank you. I think that's where we look at is like how we measure ourselves, how we're changing as a person, how we were interacting with people, how those things I think we also have to keep in mind, I think,
Yes.
as other than experiences and how you're viewing the world, as you said, and how you're looking at things and how we were receiving them in a different way rather than our own way of, feeling sad about it or feeling, the other feelings rather than accepting them as they are, things like that.
Yep.
So thank you so much, Suresh. If anybody has any questions you want to ask or put them in the chat. Yeah. My last question, I guess I have is, I know we have beginner people who are beginners in meditation who had some experience as well. how can you be more present with the breath and the body in our day-to-day life? How can we? I know it's a chaotic world. We run around things. We have to do multiple things. We look at the family, work
Yeah.
aspects, and everything. How can get some tips to every one of us? How can we be more present with our breath and body in our day-to-day life?
So that is constant work. Even one thing is the more how can we see that is your when we are present, your body or your breath and your focus is completely a different vibration. So it's easy to get distracted because we live in a world where everything moves fast. Even at work, there is a lot of parallel activity. So that parallel activity is what distracts us. So in the recently what I found out is when you do parallel things, it is affecting even in your meditation. Just do one thing at a time, whatever it is, one thing at a time. Whenever you feel chaotic or stressed, just close your eyes or wherever you are, there is no one stops you to just for 1 minute observe the breath inside and outside. And there is a lot of science within the breath itself. The way sometimes you stress, you may using only one left side nostril or right side nostril. You can there is a lot of science around even the breath and the way the breath temperature. Sometimes you feel heat when you breathing air, colder air. There is a lot of difference. So always focus on the breath is the best way to get you into a current state. And again, when I have been there, where doing multiple things and all, even in your day-to-day things, if you start doing one thing at a time, when you're eating food, only food, there is no other watching something, talking something, looking phone, because phone looking is a common thing now, right? Even you eat, when you travel or anything. When I look into the outside, when they're traveling to office in the train, I look at the people, everyone, mobile or something else, right? Two things. So it's about being conscious at even core level, doing one thing at a time. That will have a ripple effect on other activities throughout the day and throughout your meditation session as well. Meditation suddenly won't cut your thoughts. Meditation is the product of what you have done throughout the day. In the meditation, if you're feeling multiple thoughts, mean you have done a lot of chaotic throughout the day. So if you are observing your day, doing one thing at a time, you will have a beautiful meditation session. So it's not awareness at one thing. Every activity you do, think about doing one thing at a time. No other thing. If you're spending a kid, I had a very challenging work and as well as my own startup. So I get less time with the kids, but still, even if I get 10 minutes with playing 10, 15 minutes with kids daily, that 15 minutes, even I don't take any phone calls. I keep everything away. Nothing. I don't even look whatever call, whoever calls. My son says, "Ah, did you getting a call?" I said, "That's okay. I'll call back." Because what you're teaching is phone is not important. Right? What you're teaching to your kids is you're doing one thing at a time, not two things. So I think that kind of level of one thing at a time at every activity during the day will help you feel.
Thank you, Suresh. Thank you so much for that. Um, so any questions anybody want to ask, or anybody want to share anything? Um, if there are no other questions, I think probably happy to
Yeah.
close the session for today. Just before I do that, I want to again, give our gratitude to our partners, IFSS, Omega, Joy, PSSM Ignite, Breath Universe, Beat, PYMA, and PWMA. Thank you so much for that, and thank you everyone for joining us for today's session. And again, thank you Suresh Garu for his meditation and insights with this journey. And thank you for everyone for joining Swayam um, program, My Time Session 3. And yeah, if no other questions, thank you.
Thank you very much for everyone and have a great day.
Thank you. Sorry, and my apologies that I couldn't switch my computer computer video on something. It was okay yesterday, but somehow I couldn't do it. I couldn't log off in between and restart. So apologies on that. Sorry about that to everyone.
All good, Madhugari. Thank you for hosting.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye.